meditate.
I hear the voices inside my head, see voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog, we fighting above the law.
Hey y'all. Oh shit. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? There. How about now? Can you hear me now? Hey Sherry Lynn. My thing's not moving. Can you see if I have sound? Oh, okay, wait. It's showing me. Should be working. Here we go. Okay, now I can see it moving around the picture. Is it working? Can't hear me? Can't hear me?
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Oh, it's not showing. Oh, wait. Is it? Can you guys hear me? I can see my picture moving now. Yes? Oops. Okay. Oh, it looks different on them. I'm on Mr.'s phone. Okay, good. You guys can hear me? All right. So I'm not able to share my screen tonight because I'm living from in the bed with the heat pad on my back. I fucked up my back last week somehow. I don't think it was helping Mr. Share at work, but it might have been from lifting, well, helping him lift heavy counters. I don't know how he does that shit when he doesn't have a helper. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Justin. I can see you, boo. Hi, Kate. So I think I have slow chat on for 40 seconds or 30 seconds, so you're not blocked if you can't chat right away. Tonight does not have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Summer Wells. So if that's what you're looking for, this is not the proper show. Tonight is a good, proper, what would you call it? Virtual ass kicking, if you will. Because, well, I've been quiet. That's the thing. I've been actually, like, pretty fucking silent for the past 2 weeks, you guys. And somehow my name is still getting run through the mud. I don't understand it. But I guess when you have nothing better to do with your time. Like, shit, one of them got out of jail and within hours was bashing me and sharing my pictures out. Okay. I mean, that's a good excuse to keep my pictures in your phone. Oh, wife, I just gotta bash her with them. That's why I still have them. Mark's smiling. Justin, hi Lisa, Blue-Eyed Dumpling, Mama Bear, Wandering, JPL, Kathy, Lori. So, tomorrow or during the week, I'm going to show receipts. I'm going to show conversations. I've had it with people. And I wasn't actually even talking shit on Dawn. I've left Candace alone. I've been quiet for 2 weeks. Dawn all called me even after Candace thought that he blocked me. I don't know, but still called me. Oh, please, just give her some time. Please, just, don't say anything out of pocket. Just let Candace be mad and then, eventually things will go back to normal, which is Dawn's way. Like, please share, you know, just be quiet for now and let her think that, you're blocked for a little while and then we'll slowly get back to normal. The same song and dance that's been happening for how long? Forever. Yeah. This is what happens. Usually it's Don, just begging me to just be quiet for a little while so it's easier on him. And so I do. But then he was all up in the chat apparently talking mad shit. So I don't see why I need to be quiet anymore. Or even let like people know while they think he's got me blocked on everything, he does not. Candace is out there making stupid posts about, oh, ding dong, tombstones, voices behind the wall is dead, and the next day Dawn's talking to me. Like, get out of here. So tonight's just gonna be talking shit. Not talking shit, because y'all know Cher will talk the truth. Might sound like I'm talking shit, but it's a little bit hard to just keep biting my tongue, because people are showing parts conversation, not all conversations. It's ridiculous. So that's fine. Sure, we'll just show all conversations. Can said she was mad at Dawn and she got highlights from the dollar store. That seems aggressive. Highlighting her hair because she's mad at Dawn. Well, let her be mad. It's hilarious. We're worried about coloring hair. He's doing all these things. They're smiling beside pictures of their missing daughter. We're worried about all of these things like 30 months too late, don't you think? Where was doing all of these things at the beginning when their daughter disappeared? That's right, they weren't doing it, just like they weren't looking. Why weren't they looking? Because they fucking knew that she wasn't going to be found. You let it all out. Well, where to even begin, right? There's so much from so many people. And it's bullshit, so I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I'll just let it go. And then, everyone's sending me this shit. And then I'm like, someone sent me old videos again of a live stream, which by the way I've kept up. I didn't delete. If it is my live stream, remember that old video where it looks like I'm doing a line? Yeah. Oh, that's what someone said. Yeah. Oh no, she's using something black and doing a line. No, I had a vape, which I vape weed, and that battery was black and silver. I think I proved it. If you go back through old videos, I even proved it. So yeah, I was scratching my nose with my vape battery, and everyone was like, she's doing coke or whatever. Okay. First of all, why the fuck would I go on camera and do that if I was doing that? So yeah, anyways, that continues to stay up. It hasn't been taken down or deleted because I'm not doing that. People are just fucking retarded. Look closer, zoom in, you're gonna see a fucking battery for vaping weed. And again, that's not even new. That shit's been going around for well over 2 years, so they're not even being original with shit. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the people that are talking shit about me really shouldn't even be talking about me. Like, look who the fuck's talking. Seriously? Hi, Natasha. I don't know. People are like, oh, Cher's live. Let me just text her now just to say hello. Like, say hello in the chat. What the heck? Hi, Sherry. Eve, good to see you. All in the tanks. And then, oh, sending the pictures to Don. Da 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 da. Yeah, and again, people with half a brain in their head know exactly why I did that. Was there any conversations going along with those pictures? No, no, there wasn't. Any flirty conversations? No. Where's all those conversations? They can't show those because they don't exist, right? So doesn't it kind of seem a little bit odd that all of a sudden, just randomly, there's those 4 pictures sent, but there's no conversation leading up or even after, like, that would even make sense to why those pictures are being sent right then and there. Come on, you guys. So I know that everyone keeps using those to drag me, but I don't feel bad about it. The only person that matters knew about it, and I know they think that makes me and Mark sound like some freaks or whatever, but whatever. Flirt with Don. Oh, everyone thinks that I just want Don so bad. Mark or Don Wells? Mark or Don Wells? Is that even a serious question? Thank you, Sonia, for being a member for 21 months. I appreciate that. Right? Everyone with half a brain knows exactly what that was. Now, that's a no-brainer all in the tanks, right? Sure is. It sure is. You get people like White Boy, and let me tell you, you guys all heard it for yourself. Didn't Don say that everything that he puts on that channel is bullshit? Share. And remember, he made sure to say it like right before we were hanging up. I can recall the exact conversation. So the way you be best friends with Don and Candace is you just got to hate all of the same things that they hate and the people that they hate. Now, the people and the things they hate are people and things that could actually try to be helpful in their missing daughter's case. Now, have we been helpful? No, but it's not to say that a lot of us haven't been trying our damnedest to be of help to it. And Don saying shit like, nothing I say can be taken serious. I just need certain channels that I can just say my fuckery on. Well, he found it in White Boy. Like, these are the things he's actually saying, and why he would want to make sure that I know that. And my response was, Don, I know that. Like, come on. It doesn't, like, you don't even have to say that, Don. I already know. You have Candace actually out loud saying, Cher is evil because all she wants to do is try and get information from Donnie. How does that make me evil? Think about why these people actually don't like me. Does it actually make sense? No. Look at the behaviors they're enabling and supporting. And to me, that's not helpful in Summer's case whatsoever. They're not helping at all. They're just worried about content. You got frickin' white boy. Let's say I was doing a bump of coke on live stream like a fucking idiot for all to see. Who the fuck is he? He's the one giving out pills outside Gabby Petito's house while she's missing, just so that he can fucking try and get a bigger YouTube channel. Let's not forget that. But it's okay because it was just baby Xanax. They were low dose Xanax. Xanax is just the one that we were out loud told about. I mean, let's be all the way real. It doesn't take a rocket scientist just take a fucking look on the kid and know what the fuck he's on. Get real. So somebody that is handing out YouTubers so that he can try and get on channels Xanax outside Gabby Petito's house is someone I'm supposed to be afraid of, saying that I'm doing coke online? For real? Does that, hello, math? No. Okay?
Common sense doesn't matter on you.
No. All that shit out the window, but they don't. I think Matt's really upset because he probably went through Noel's phone after being in jail and saw that I was actually being a kind person. I was actually saying, like, should we do fundraisers? Does he need bail? Exact words, and I will show you guys this entire conversations where I'm like, because I'm worried about her. She wasn't eating properly. She wasn't like taking care of herself. That's all in the text messages. So I was checking in with her, wasn't I, baby? Are you eating today? Stuff like that. So while I do not like Matt, and she knows that, I said to her, well, me and him do not get along. Like, I'm more worried about you as a human and your health, your well-being, and if you need your husband with you. Because for me, Mark and I were long distance, and that fucking broke my heart. So to be in jail, that's, she's not able to be there, hug him. For some people, that's their whole life because she is not a healthy person. So I was being a good human and checking in on her. And then I texted her one day, and perhaps this is where he gets angry, and I will show you guys the conversation because I had a weird conversation. And Candace, you know how she's in the background hollering. So while it wasn't her mainly on the phone, I was on the phone with Dawn, but Candace was there and she knew I was on the phone. And they were talking about Matt hitting Noel. And I was like, what? And I thought it was weird that Dawn would be worried about that because Dawn and Matt are so buddy-buddy, right? So why is Dawn saying that? So what did I do? As I can prove, I went directly to Noel in text and said, hey, I heard something really fucked up. I don't think I believe it, but, you know, it came up. Now, Dawn saying, well, I'm not really sure. Candace, meanwhile, will be all lovey-dovey and modding over there. Meanwhile, while Matt's locked up, she's the one in the background hollering and hooting that she believes that. So Candace actually was saying she believed that Matt would do that. And anyway, I texted her. I'll read the text. Because I said to her, I don't know if I believe it. And I even fucking asked Benny, can you take it easy on her? I'm not sure what's going on, but even Dawn, like the Wells, think that she has it rough with Matt, whatever. And she said that it's not new. She's heard that before. People say that, okay. And her reasoning to me was like, look at me and look at Matt. I can stand behind Matt and you can still see me. Do you really think that he would beat me? I don't know what she means by that. I really don't know what that means, but I'll show the conversations. Matt and Noel can show all the conversations. I don't have, I'm eating spicy candy. I don't have conversations with anyone on YouTube that I don't think is going to be put out on the streets. Let's be all the way honest. There's very few people I have that I can conversate with that don't like just go put it on the YouTubes. But I don't know right away if they will or not. I just assume they will, or maybe one day they will. I don't know, right? So, well, Matt has never been nice to me. And you'll even see when I show the text messages, I even say to Noel, Matt is not kind to me, but if it's helpful to you, like, I'll do it. People aren't going to like me. They're going to be mad at me. And, a lot of people aren't going to want to give, but, fuck it. Because I thought actually Noelle and I had somewhat of a friendship, even though her husband and I didn't get along. We would always kind of talk behind the scenes. And for the most part, she did seem to keep like shit to herself. So I thought that's what it was. Sometimes you just gotta be there for another woman to woman, whatever. So I'm not sure why she's out there trying to bash me when I've done nothing but be kind to her. I fucking got Benny mad at me once because I even said to him, like, you're going kind of hard on her. And I told him, he'll tell you, like, I told him, like, I think she's going through it. And he was, yeah, I told him that I think people are too harsh on her. But I don't know. So she thinks it's cool to go and bash me. So that shit really doesn't make sense. I can see why Matt would be upset that I'm asking her if he's hitting her or not, but I don't think he shared that with you guys. He's sharing like only bits and pieces to try and make himself look good. I know, Dad. I've got a couple other shows lined up, but I have to do this show from my phone, so I can't share my screen. So that's why I don't have you up tonight. That, and I didn't call you to fill you in on everything else. And also, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't watch this show because I don't want you to get angry. But just don't say anything in the chat, Dad, because I don't want people to be like, oh, Cher's dad's threatening people. Because they'll say anything that comes out of you protecting your daughter, people will take and run with it as a threat. Well, I'll call you tomorrow, Dad. Love you. Yeah, I don't know. Just so much shit talking about me, and if you really think about it, it doesn't even make sense. I honestly don't get it. Dawn and Candace can be mad at me all they want, but Dawn secretly has always like I've been honest with Dawn. I tell Dawn when his shit don't make sense, right, babe? I tell him like straighten the fuck up, Dawn. Like you gotta stop. Like people think I coddle Dawn, but really the things I say out loud publicly are the exact same way I talk to Dawn. Aw. Hey, Billy Joe. I love you, girl. So, anyways, the people talking shit about me aren't people that should be talking at all. They have no room to talk about me whatsoever. And that's another thing. They'll throw out there, oh, look how fear protected Quentin Simon's mom and grandma. I'm a human. I treated them humanly. I still treat them humanly. Love BJ to death. Hi, Lisa. Hey, everyone. But and Dad, I love you. I'm not saying don't talk. Just don't be upset. I got this. I can handle it. People talk shit about me, and I do what I'm doing knowing that people talk shit about me. Okay, Dad? So don't be upset. Love you. Hey, running there. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. But again, you be Dawn and Candace's friends by doing what they want. And Candace broke that down, right? We're gonna go through everything again. And to be their friend, you have to trash the people they want you to trash. I told you guys at the beginning that certain people who are supposed to be godly people and church folk want certain people under attack, and that does not make sense to me. It doesn't. So we see exactly what people like racist boy radio and all of those people are doing. They're doing exactly that. That's the type of people that the church folk want around the wells and feed into and enable this kind of behavior. And to me, that's crazy. That's insane. And so people should really ask themselves, okay, so why is this the behavior that's okay and being supported And Candace can say things out loud like, well, Cher's evil because she just wants to try and get information. If the Wells are innocent and everything they're putting out there is the truth and it's, they're so innocent, whatever, why the heck are they going after people? Even if we want information, why attack? Just give the information, or so politely decline to talk. But you guys see how it goes. They want to run and say, oh, it's Cher blowing up Dawn, right? When people have witnessed real time that I will block him and ignore him, and he will try every which way to talk to me. Yeah, Dawn and Candace at Christmas tree lightings and shit, like that matters now. It's a beautiful thing in Summer's name, yes, don't get me wrong. But them acting all whatever now and taking parts of it, I'm sorry, but that's nothing to me. They are way too late. That's all shit that Billy Joe was doing instantly. So get out of here with that. They're doing this now, and they went to the media with a purpose, and they use these people that enable their bad behavior, which I don't understand why they think that this makes them look good, because it really, really does not. Great lesson learned. No matter what you do, someone can spin a narrative. I've definitely learned most everyone's narrative is so far from the real story. Right. And what was different in meeting you, Mana's Love, you were so different than the Wells right off the bat that this sounds like really bad to say, but I was saying it's a breath of fresh air to deal with someone who isn't, hey, Cher, let's plan $1 million pay-per-view production. And I'm going to go on there and I'm going to talk for, 20 minutes, half an hour. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to flip it all around about my church and make it about my church. Everyone will think I'm there to confess that I killed my daughter and done something bad to my daughter. And I'll let them go and we'll leave them hanging until all of a sudden that's when I start in about my church. And they cannot say they can do that because I have it documented. Because the dumbass texted it to me. Are you kidding me? And then I have to sit through phone calls where Don's telling me he's been here, he's been there. And I'm just now realizing. So Don called me one day saying, Cher, Tim's really mad because you talked about the California thing. So Don's been talking to this CPS attorney who's like a big shot attorney outside. I think he's based in California, but his main thing is CPS kidnapping. He's a well-known attorney because he's like been on TV and stuff like that, and it wasn't supposed to be mentioned. Oh, whoopsie, sorry. And so he's been talking to this attorney out of California, and I wasn't supposed to talk about it or mention it. And I haven't until today. And I'll share you the postings of this attorney. And anyways, because he was afraid YouTube would ruin it. Oh, whoops. Anyways, I never mentioned it. I did tell you guys he was doing things behind the scenes that I was witnessing and seeing, that if he really believes CPS took his daughter, then he's taking the right steps in that. So he's been talking to this big shot attorney that helps families that have had kids kidnapped through CPS, whatever. And then oh, hey Sabrina, good to see you. This is a hell of a show for you to pop up on, but good to see you. I have a new number, so email me so I can get you my new phone number, girl. But anyways, so he went to me and said after one of our lives, and he was like, Tim just got on my ass because you mentioned the California thing, and he was like, I can't find it. I'm like, what are you talking about, the California thing? I didn't mention that, Don. I wouldn't do that. I didn't do that. Tell Tim to show you where I did that, and I'll delete it. And then I reached out to Tim. I said, Tim, Don just called me because you just called him in a huff, again, all of this conversation's documented. And I said, find me where I talked about the California thing or where I mentioned it, and I'll delete it. Sorry if I did that by mistake. But I went through all my shit and I was like, I didn't post that. Like, I know for sure I didn't post it. And then just the other day, I'm thinking, because this is going through my mind, I fucking know what he's talking about. It wasn't about the uh the lawyer at all that Tim Mullins was freaking out about me mentioning. He was freaking out that I mentioned Don being around kidnapped children in California. So once I realized that was the problem, I was like, okay, that's the problem. Because, of course, Tim Mullen didn't get back. And Don was like, yeah, I didn't think so. I looked through your stuff. I didn't find it. Well, that's what he's talking about. So I asked Don, do you think that he meant me bringing up you being around kidnapped children in California before? And he was like, no, because I don't think you brought that up. Did you? And I was like, yeah, I kind of brought it up, but you quickly went on a different topic. So I recorded that conversation. I will play it for you guys in the next coming days, where Don's conversating to me about in California, he was around kids that he's pretty sure they were given cocaine, and he gets into depth about drugs, and he knows for certain that they were kidnapped and trafficked kids. Some of y'all have heard him talk about it before, kind of touching on it on Chris McDonough's. I think he said that. Um, and he's brought that up a few times, right? But he gets a little more in depth in the recording that I have. And not only that, he gets in depth about in multiple states being around what he now knows with kidnapped children, and that he knows, and he said that they were being given crack and all of these things. And I'm like, what? And so after the conversation in one of my lives with him, and you guys, I think you can tell, I was like, I haven't been around kidnapped kids before like you, Don. Like, you've been around that way more than I've been around that. And he would quickly try to change the topic, but I was trying to like tell y'all, like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. And then you got Candace. She's all worried about, well, Cher's evil because she wants information. Okay, why does White Boy care if I want to talk to Don or if I get information from Don if he is backing innocent people? Why does White Boy care? If they are innocent, why do they care? Why does Tim Mullen care? If they're innocent people, why does he care who's talking or trying to get information? Right? It's weird.
You down there?
No, it says Seventh-day Adventist. It just says Seventh-day
I
Adventist.
want to tell you something.
It says Seventh-day Adventist Adoption Agency.
Okay, so they got adoption agencies. Everybody in the world's got a damn adoption agency. So why are you focusing on the seventh day?
You don't think it's weird that they have an online child catalog showing kids the states, literally their nicknames, what they like? Well, it's on my channel. I pulled it up. So Don had told me if I could prove to him that there was, these things showing kids and their nicknames and their states and all that, that he would think that's wrong. And I did that, and then he just shut up about it. Oh, by the way, fun fact, and we're going to get into this, and again, I can prove, but shit started going left, and this is when Don had his final conversation with me in the past 2 weeks, was when I asked how well they knew Sean Williams. Now, I asked if he knew a couple other people. Nope, don't know him. Nope, don't know him. Does Candace know him? Nope, don't know him. Okay, how well does Candace know Sean Williams? Guess what? That, in the past 2 weeks, was the final conversation with Dawn. It wasn't, nope, don't know him. Nope, Candace doesn't know him. It was click. Not talking to you anymore. So you can take that. I also have that in text form because I texted it before I got to ask it, and same thing in text. Answering other questions before that, and then how about Sean Williams? Crickets. So that, in my mind, tells me a whole lot of something and nothing. And I don't like it. Okay, so we'll get into that.
Well, why don't you do this, Sheriff? If you want to know about the 7 days.
And then another thing, do you guys remember when Tim Mullen made that post with like a shadow hand holding like a little kid hand, and it was who gets her next? I'll show all that conversation too, where Don was like, I totally see that that looks bad, and I don't like that. I want him to take that down. And he went to Tim Mullen and told him that. Tim Mullen proceeded to make more posts saying how basically like we're weird and we take things wrong and we twist it, and not take it down, by the way. And I know for facts that Don wanted it down. So it's interesting that on a Find Summer Wells page that's supposed to be what the parents want posted, I know for facts there's at least 2 postings on there Don does not want up, or did not want up and wanted down. And I actually saw how mad he was about it, and they're still to this day posted. That's interesting, right? And I also did ask if Tim Mullen knew Sean Williams, and yeah, again, crickets. What we're going to get into tomorrow is, in a way, I think I can prove that Tim Mullen was definitely involved before that stupid little note and writing and when he says, because I know when I was involved with Dawn, and I know who stopped the attorneys. So, yeah, I think that's interesting. It doesn't add up. Okay, I hope work goes well. I miss you. You have to call me tomorrow. Yeah, catalog of children. Yep, definitely. And by the way, I've remained doing stuff like this because of that awesome woman in chat, Nana's Love, because she makes me see a whole nother side, and I don't want to be wrong. But you know what? I have dealt with these people on a scale that not many have dealt with them. And while people think I have wavered and gone back and forth, I really haven't. Have I?
No, really.
Right? So, oh, I love you too, Seth.
But you don't know fucking nothing about it.
Why?
You don't check them out. You don't go through them. Nothing. That makes me mad as hell. I don't even know why I'm arguing with you, dumbass.
Me neither. Obviously, Tim wants. So yeah, you listen to what I say. Obviously, like I know when Tim wants him upset at me, because he don't even know why he's upset at me. But a lot of the times he's mad because he really wants me to be in the SDA. Right, Justin. To do his dirty work.
No, I'm doing this on my own because I'm sick and tired of people like you, Doggone, Danny Keys, all you freaking people.
Yeah, she calls him Doug.
I'm tired of it.
But why are you
We've
so
been doing
mad
this for
now?
10 fucking years because you're gonna bring it all up again and start your shit again. Because I guess
We are gonna bring it up again because this is how mad he was. He does not want his wife called a suspect, and certainly not Tim Mullen. So the one live stream he thought he ruined, we're going to do that again this week. Don't you worry. And we're going to do it how it was supposed to be done from the get-go.
Okay. So you don't find it alarming that they're showing children, that they have whole families up for adoption, and that they're showing children's faces? This is your favorite thing, and this is your favorite thing. That's kind of alarming. That's setting shit up. You don't think that's kind of weird? They all do it? No, I don't think they all do it. No, because I've been a part of different churches, and I've never seen that. Okay, that's what you got. That's all you got. That's it. Well, that's why you're so upset and calling me pissed off about my show last night. So no, I'm pissed off because I didn't watch your fucking show, Cherry. Not going to. I'm not going to sit there and watch all the dramas. Okay. Because it's just going to piss me off, and it's just starting all. You weren't pissed at me until I showed that. You were perfectly fine. We were talking perfectly fine. Sure. We've been trying to freaking rebuild our lives for 2 fucking years now. We're fucking desperately trying to get our boys back. But all this bullshit is fucking killing us. I wouldn't call it bullshit. I'd say that gave more people hope that Summer could possibly be alive. Okay. I'd say thinking that maybe someone grabbed her, and aren't you?
See, I just said that gives people hope that Summer could be alive, and he's just like, okay. But in reality, what? Yeah, he did say that. No, Cher, no one was home but me. We got to go back through all of the original interviews because a lot of people were just so in their feelings and so one way in their minds that they missed a whole lot of everything. Put being angry at me aside and just fucking listen. Okay, you hate Cher, cool. Just listen, because hating me does not help at all in any of the cases. But listen, okay? Because like Law said, as long as you're comfortable, keep him talking. Why would Law say that about people that aren't highly suspects in something? Instead of, you know what, Cher, we don't need you. Social media has been actually damaging this case. Just step aside, thanks or not thanks, you know, just whatever. It wasn't stop what you're doing. Social media has ruined the case.
That you think it's weird that CPS was involved and people come to your house, the case was closed. Well, wouldn't adoption agencies have CPS agents? That's weird. See, here's your problem. You don't fucking listen, do you? No, it's that I'm making sense and it's pissing you off. But okay. Yeah, but you're putting it on YouTube.
I just said I'm making sense and it's pissing you off, and he said, yeah, but you're putting it on YouTube.
Why don't you, if you know so much, why don't you take it to the fucking cops? Who said I didn't? Take it to the dumbass YouTube. Who said I didn't? Well, why you put shit on YouTube? Who just say how long ago that I did bring it there? Who? You think that the TBI is that dumb that they haven't already seen this? You're a cop caller. I know you're a cop caller. Hey, you're the one who told me if anything's weird to report it. And you're supposed to by law. Well, there you go. But so then, if I know somebody, don't bitch about me being a cop caller then. All right. Well, what I'm mad about you taking all the bullshit to YouTube. That's why I can't talk to you. I can't tell you what my theories are and what we got going on with the police because I brought everything you've said to me to YouTube, haven't I, Don? Have you heard me? Have you heard anything? No, bullshit. So have I been recording you and putting it on my channel like everybody else? Have you heard any of our conversations on YouTube yet? No, you haven't. You have before, though. I have before? Yeah, maybe 3 conversations out of 27 months of talking. Good try there. I don't have the time to watch all these drama channels. Sure you don't watch them. I try not to. I ain't got time for it. I try to work real jobs and try to do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, and I've always said that about you, Don. I've always said you're a hard worker, and I've always seen you at work. I've literally been defending you with that. I've actually had your back with that.
I've never said anything different.
Well, I appreciate that.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
See, now you'll notice the tone changes when I say I've had your back in that, Don. I have been having your back and saying that you're not lying. His tone changes like, oh, okay, so that's when, okay, we can be friends. You're right. You have had my back and whatever. Now, something that he said on one of my streams way back from day one, and I don't think people caught on to it because I was actually a little bit shook hearing it. He, how did he say it? Oh, I can't even remember how he said it now. How he said something about, I'll have to find it. But one thing I've never done is bullshitted you. I always tell you how I feel, whether it's something you're going to agree with or not. Right,
Well, just so you know, there's a lot of people saying this about you, and that, you know how all these people are. They try to come in between people all the time, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
They try to come in between Candace, they try to come in between everybody.
I know that. I know that better than anyone. You see how I get treated.
Right. Yeah, I do.
But nobody's going to bully me into how I'm going to feel.
Well, no. Right, and nobody's going to bully me. Hell no. I fell for a lot of shit in the past, but I'm done with everybody. We're fighting for our lives, Cher. This to you, this is just a YouTube show. But to this is our reality, our lives. And all these other tragedy pimps. I'm not saying you're a tragedy pimp or whatever, but all these freaking.
You just did. You're trying to compare me to the likes of Doug and that. Maybe I should record every conversation and play it 4 times and monetize the shit out of all of it then.
Well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
Well, you're saying I've done that, right? Shouldn't I? Because you just convicted me for doing that.
I didn't convict you. I said
right, sis. You were fighting for your daughter, which they have not done at all from day one. They can put on these stupid little shows now, but I am not buying it. It's not even shows that they're putting together. Other people are putting it together and they're showing up and they're smiling and having a good fucking time. And they're doing that knowing that, they went to social media on purpose. They knew that they could stir it up like it is, that some people would believe them and some people wouldn't, and that they could cause all of this bullshit. And if you ask me, we all fell for it. We're all guilty of loving Summer and wanting answers, but we played right into their evil plan, which is exactly why Netflix made that whole series of trial by media. You know why? Because they go on the social media, people are like, well, if they're guilty, why would they do that? And that's exactly why, because that's what they do. And if you watch that series, it lays it out for you and spells it out for the real tards that need it. And say, on social media, there's a follower for everybody. So if you do that, you can cause the reasonable doubt. You can get people talking, and trial by media. They used us on purpose. They love the mess, and they love that it paints them out to be a victim of all the harassment that they're getting. They fucking love that, and they want that because it looks like they're doing something for their daughter and they care about their daughter, right? Meanwhile, people need to stop and think. They have kept it off of actual national TV levels because, as Tim Mullen says, that was a bigger fire to have to put out. So they chose us because the trial by the media is exactly what they wanted, because there's a freaking follower for every idiot. There just is. And so they've created the circus that they cry about hating, but they're getting exactly what they wanted. They love every fucking minute of it, and we are actually guilty of giving them exactly what they're asking for. But without it, Summer's name and face dies down because she isn't on national levels. Everyone around the world knows her because everyone around the world has an app on their phone and does social media. So while they're doing all of that, they look like grieving parents doing all that they possibly could. Meanwhile, they've turned down real shit. Everyone knows that I alone, just me alone, little old Cher, could get Summer and get the Wells on more national television shows. Think of what others could do. That's just little old Cher by herself, what I could do. Are you kidding me? I've said it from day one now. This has been set up and arranged for exactly how they want it. They're getting exactly what they're asking for. And you resemble that, Mark. I'm sorry. Maybe you should get a media or a media meteor or whatever, Justin. You need a meteor.
But yeah, I'm mad. And you have been a tragedy for a while. I don't know. I'm just upset, Sure. You gotta understand.
I never said I didn't. I get upset too, so I can imagine you as Summer's father. You should get upset. You should be. I win.
I got some theories and stuff that we're working with. And
so we'll get up to the part where I realized, oh, the California thing. This is what Tim is talking about. Why are you so worried about it? You bring them to the law, not to me, not to anyone. Bring them to the law.
Right. And I was just fixing to try to get a hold of.
Look at that. Oh, he's got such stuff that should be out there. And I said, get it to the law. Not to any YouTubers. Don't tell me. Give it to the law. Oh, yeah, I was just fixing to call them. Yeah, bullshit.
See what the FBI is doing and stuff, but right now I'm so involved with all this crap. I just ain't got me.
Oh, and don't let me forget either to show you guys too. Their little PI team watches everybody too, right? And I told Don, seriously, he was like, oh, well, the PIs keep in touch with the law for me. And I said, fuck the PIs, Don. You call them. Cut the middleman out and you call the FBI. You call TBI. You call the law. What is going on in my daughter's case? Tell me something. Cut the middleman out and do it yourself. And then Don sends me the text messages from the PIs where the PIs are like, can you please tell Cher to stop calling us the middleman? We're not the middleman. We've never tried to stop you from calling the law, Don. Can you tell Cher that? And if that fucking message ain't so controlling, gaslighting, like it's a little bit of everything. Like, you know that I haven't stopped you from contacting the law on your own, Don. Like, why are you even talking to him like that? It's so fucking weird. But the fact that they were listening, and yes, you are the middleman. You absolutely are the middleman. If Don is not calling the law or you're going to the law on behalf of Don and Candace, that makes you the middleman. Okay? And yes, I will show that where they told Don that because Don sent it right to me. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll say that they're not a middleman. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, he was constantly like sending me shit that people were saying because basically it was like, Cher, please try and make this right with this person so that I can keep talking to you. Like, honestly, you start feeling bad for Don because it's like, well, damn, he's walking on eggshells just because he likes to talk to Cher and Mark. But guess what? A grown-ass man in his 50s is not allowed to just talk to Cher and Mark because they're innocent. Right? That sounds like innocent people. When a 50-some-year-old man can't choose who he wants to talk to and talk to them when he wants to, but he's innocent. Really?
And I'm gonna defend her on these people. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to try to turn this around. I'm so sick and tired of it.
I don't understand what there is to turn around, though. There's nothing. What more can you do?
All the damage that Chris McDonough and my Steps family has done to us from the very beginning. That's what started all this shit.
Well,
I tried to ask you, and that's what pissed you off. That's what started your whole being angry at me this time round. Was I asked you, is anything that your sisters or stepsisters, whatever, and these new victims or new people coming forward? Now, I would say if the police have not, well, there's new people coming forward. I'm not making that up. That's just the truth.
And here's where it, you know, he does not like his sisters or them being called victims. They are victims because he's confessed to what he's done and what he has out of his own mouth confessed to. These ladies are victims.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they're not liars. I'm just saying there's people coming forward, okay? Now, supposedly there's like 12 people now. I heard 7. Yeah, that's what it's been, was 7. Oh, and they're adding on top of that now?
He's expecting more victims. Oh, it's already been 7, so there's gotta be more.
Yeah, so maybe 10 or something, maybe 12. I don't know. Maybe it'll be 20 by tomorrow. But here's my thing though, like what I was asking.
Maybe it'll be 20 by tomorrow.
Asking you, and it's no dig. You said the police have not questioned you on that. So my theory is they don't give a shit.
See, so he was telling me the police never questioned me, till Josh made that posting, and then he was calling me, and you'll see in the text messages too when I show, like, he was bothered, and then he had to call me, like, you know what, Cher, I'm sorry, I lied to you. Okay, they did call me, but it wasn't that serious.
So if what they are bringing, don't give a shit. So if what they are bringing, what? Lying if she's lying. Yeah, good, but police don't generally press charges for that kind of stuff. Yeah, but maybe you could. All they care about is pressing charges on anybody they can. That's what the police do. They're just trying to keep their jail full. They don't give a damn about who's in the jail. They're just trying to keep it full because that's the way our country's turning. Right. It's money. It's a business. Right. It's a mafia. The courts, the police, CPS, it's all mafia.
See, Candace in the background knows full well he's talking to me, and she'll holler things all the time. Sometimes she'll take the phone, right, baby? Doesn't she take the phone from Dawn a lot of times and talks to me?
Yeah.
So she'll act like she hates me so much, but she will, like, grab the phone, talk to me. And then another thing too is when she's really under attack, little evil Cher is one of the first people that she's calling and asking, what, babe? Candace, when she's under attack, who does she want to go to bat for her? My dad, me. My dad and me. But yes, that's what's really confusing too with Candace. And even since Dawn got the pictures, Candace knew about the entire fucking time. Yes, Candace has still come to me for help. It's an opportunity.
Well, if they're just talking out of their ass, which, I mean, Mary's already told numerous different stories, and that's the truth, so she's kind of hard to believe anyway. I'd just say just ignore what they're
telling him, what he wants to hear, by the way. Now, some of the stories have changed, but again, being so young and going through trauma, and Dawn should know this, and Candace, because their excuse is, well, you know, we've gone through something traumatic and we lost our kids, so, you know, some of our things, you know, we forget or we're a little off. Okay, well, then you can understand why his victims would be a little off when this started when they were 5 and went on for years. So yes, Dawn, perhaps they've been a little off because of everything that they've been through and being such young children when being put through it. You know, what you confess to doing. saying is if nothing they're saying has anything to do with your daughter's disappearance, you need to ignore them all. Don't let them get you mad. That's what they're trying to do. Just focus on Summer and ignore them is all I was trying to say before.
I have been just trying to focus on Summer for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I've had to fight all this crap
Oh,
for
sure.
2 years now.
Sure. Well, can I ask you, do you think that it is weird that people would post hundreds of children on a website and actually show I'm so shocked they're showing their pictures and everything and where they are. You have to admit that's a little odd. So I don't think that's wrong of me to look into that. I'd look into it no matter where it was from, Don, not just because it's from Seventh-day Adventist.
I know nothing about that. I haven't seen it yet, so I really can't comment on it.
I think you would not like it.
I may not. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it. I know nothing about it, so I can't say.
Just from what I'm telling you, though, does that sound good? If I send you the link and you look at it and everything I'm saying is legit, you don't even got to watch my show. I'll send you the direct link that says, and it'll bring you right to it. Would that bother you if I was right?
Well, I mean, adoption's a pretty normal thing in this country, but I don't think people realize.
So I will say that I did find other places that do post the children like that. Now, I'm a little bit more old school. I went through the system starting early 80s. So, and also I was one that, I had to be a little more protected because I was kidnapped and all of that. So it's different. Times have changed, let me tell you, because never would that be a thing. Yeah, anyways, that's dangerous. And yeah, I don't like it from anywhere, not just Seventh-day Adventists. So there's that, okay?
The downside of it, for instance, we've been looking a lot into CPS cases, how CPS takes kids from parents and keeps them when they do everything they're supposed to do, and they still.
It's legal kidnapping.
We got a house. It is. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And they're making money now. A lot of these churches and stuff may not know exactly what's going on. I mean, they probably feel that there really is a need for parents to adopt and all this and that. And there's parents that want.
I'm not sure when it comes up here, but trigger warning, because there is some stuff talked about for a few minutes that is well, he says he witnessed some pretty disturbing things, which is why I thought it was important, because this went to the law way back when. This is not today, or yesterday, but this went to, I think this is one, if not this one. I have a few where he scared me. I was scared for Mary with the way he was talking about Mary and wanting to hurt Mary. And you guys saw what they publicly post and the private death threats I was getting from them, and what they publicly post and stuff. What they say privately is pretty disturbing, but what he feels comfortable. And that's another thing, people wake up. The way he felt comfortable talking to me and the things he wanted to do to his stepsister was disturbing. And so I was not doing the right thing if I didn't make sure that the law knew in Utah and in Tennessee. So yes, the law got it. It also went to Mary for her to have. Yeah, that would be, I see what you're saying. I wonder if both parents are clever. Well, that's why, not alone, I don't think Nana's love, but that's why you have all these other people controlling them. I'll talk to you more privately. I've talked to you a little bit about it, but I'll talk to you more about it privately, but there's just too many people that I feel that they're being controlled. So I think a lot of people did some bad stuff to Summer, and that's why they're getting away with it. Because there's a lot of people covering a lot of people's asses, if that makes sense. Because yeah, they're not smart enough to go this long without getting caught, I don't feel like, but just haven't been caught yet. Because it took, like 2 decades for Jacob Wetterling, that monster, to get abducted. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. But yeah, I see exactly. And yeah, it's different when I know when Billy Joe, like when I vent to her on things, it's I like to go to her because she sees things so differently, because she has been through this hell and circus and the social media parts of it and everything. And her and Mark and Cotton Candy Boobs and a bunch of you guys that I talked to privately helped ground me. But at the end of the day, I've still had the 2.5 years up close and personal experience with these folks. And in the end, my heart still feels the same. And that is what I've said from day one, is I believe there's talk about 7 suspects. I believe there's more like 7 alibis. I think more like 7 people that should be arrested. Because I think that Billy Joe's right. Like they've been drunk and high in front of all of us and still nothing. They have been separated too and still nothing. But we saw that while they were separated and he was in jail, there was still handlers. And that's just not normal or like what we've seen in any other case before. So it's wild.
To adopt kids, they're desperate, they can't have kids. They probably don't know the other side of CPS.
Exactly, Nana's on.
Right. But I want to, in the future, I'm going after CPS with everything I got, but not right now. There's a time and a place for everything, and it's not right now.
Right.
I have to be very careful because, I gotta watch Hawkins County. You know how dirty them sons of bitches are.
Yeah. Well, in me showing that, Don, it kind of...
And I've always told Don too, if it ever comes out and it's somebody else involved. Now, I think Candace got a little mad. This will be another show where I'll show you. One day, randomly, Dawn started sending me weird shit about Candace. And I think that really pissed her off. But it gave me weird vibes. And I told him, I'm like, what are you saying? Are you questioning Candace right now? Because he kept sending me these clips and these things, and it wasn't making Candace look good. But I'll leave that right there, and we'll get to that this week. But yeah, just a few months ago, I think he was definitely, and he said on my live that he was questioning Candace on her lies. I said, why don't you talk to her about her lies? And he's like, I did. I have talked to her about all her lies. So he definitely has thought that she's lied and has questioned her on it. Okay. But yeah, there was a day where he was sending me some weird stuff where I think he was having a day of questioning his wife, and I'll show it to you. And a lot of it was some Dr. Phil stuff. And I was like, that's, and don't forget, because Tim Mullen likes to push this Dr. Phil says they're innocent bullshit too. And that is not what was said. That's manipulating what was said. In fact, what was said was they believe Candace has guilty knowledge that she's not saying something. So let's not fuck around like that, Tim.
In my eyes, aligns with you thought CPS was being shady, and I can get behind that. I can.
Drama Nana.
And in adoption agencies, they have their own CPS people, and if anything, people are like, well, it's
fast forward a little.
Yeah,
I have no clue. Whoever took her, I think, it seemed to be pretty professional to me. Like
it would have to be. Yeah.
There's no cell phone thing. They were smart enough not to have a cell phone on them, unless it was just, I don't know. We don't know.
How does he know that? How did he know that just because a cell phone didn't ping? Okay, so it could have been turned off, but how would he know that the abductor didn't have a cell phone on them? That's a fucking weird thing to say, no?
Smart enough not to have a cell phone on them.
Hold on. I'm sorry, but that's a weird thing to say.
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty professional to me.
Hold on. Sorry, guys.
I mean, like,
It would have to be.
yeah, I have no clue. Whoever took her, I think, it seemed to be pretty professional to me. Almost. I mean, like,
It would have to be. Yeah.
There's no cell phone thing. They were smart enough not to have a cell phone on them, unless it was just. I don't know.
See, stopped himself right there too,
Right.
because he's like, "Oh shit, that's a weird thing to say."
I'm just looking for renewed hope like you are, Don, because so many people talk about her past tense that honestly in my show last night, I was more.
Do you still think the Wells are innocent? I never thought the Wells were innocent. I thought possibly Dawn was less guilty than Candace, but I still think that maybe Dawn doesn't fully know everything, but then things that he has said to me let me know he was home then. He would so no, I have to go with no. I don't know. Tonight, no. I think Dawn's just as equally as guilty. But again, I don't think it's just Dawn and Candace either. There's clearly, for them to be getting away almost 2.5 years, I think there's more people involved. There just is, because I do agree with BJ on that they're just too stupid, you know? Oh, I'm sorry. BJ says she's crushed. She can't even watch NCIS anymore because it's not a TV show anymore for her because it just feels so real life. I know it. And you see, you guys, just like that. Why do I do true crime the way I do? Because it doesn't stop. Just Leilani is in jail. She's named the prime suspect. She is picked up on the charges. She is in jail right now. But it's not over, and it's not going to be over ever for BJ and the rest of her family and the family. That's why I do it differently.
Excited because I'm like, well, maybe someone took her and put her up for adoption. That I wasn't trying to be evil with it, and I would have been alarmed with that no matter who it was through, not just Seventh-day Adventist. It just so happened to be that that's what was shown to me.
I don't.
Oh, that's terrible. Not a drama, Nana. Thank you for the $5, but I really fucking hope not. But I don't like that everything went radio silent at the mention of that name, and specifically if Candace and Tim Mullen know him.
Personally believe the Seventh-day Adventist, knowing all the people in our church like I do know them, and I know quite a bit of them now. I don't personally, just between us, I don't personally believe that they had anything to do. But you got to look at who was up our ass at the time.
CPS.
We had CPS up our ass. I mean, in every way possible, having the probation officer come down on me, having the courts come down on me, the CPS lawyer asking the judge to put a gag order on it, and you know why? He has no right to. We have the Fourth Amendment right. He has no right to put a gag order on us, but the judge, agreed with him, of course, because he's in on it. Of course.
Right. The judge got arrested, right?
They don't want to be exploited for what they really are, and that is freaking child traffickers.
Yeah.
That's what they are. They're child traffickers.
Yeah, legal ones, yeah.
They do it legally, or whatever, and Patty each other on the back, and they're making, just in the state of Tennessee, $3.3 billion a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's big money. That's mafia. That's more. They make more money in the cartels of mafia in the United States.
All right.
That's what this country is going to hell very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's the biggest thing. They said is more money now in trafficking than drugs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, if I was you, I'd never move back to the United States. Hey, right where you at? I wish I could move to Canada or anywhere out of the United States, because the United States is going to get bad.
Yeah.
According to the Bible and everything, the United States is going to get bad.
Mark's here, by the way. You're on speakerphone.
Oh, tell him I said hey.
He can hear you.
He's one hell of a man.
He says, what's up? So, what did you mean by your text about Tim then? Were you feeling a little odd with him too then? You can't be mad at me for feeling weird when you feel weird sometimes.
Yeah, me and him have had some long conversations.
Yeah.
And you guys listen.
I mean,
here.
I'll say I felt a little weird when you feel weird sometimes.
Hold on. I want you to take notice of his pause in answering me. Okay? Hold up, wait a minute. Let me take a chug of my Mountain Dew and blow my nose. Okay, 1 second. I saw that, Jolie. All right, you all ready?
So, what did you mean by your text about Tim then? Were you feeling a little odd with him too?
Because yes, as I'm asking him, what do you mean about your text about Tim Mullen? You feeling weird about him? There would be a few times where he would tell me, and I know I'm not the only one. This is why it makes me like it just, I don't know, burns my butt on why these people drag me like Racist Boy Radio and all of them, because the conversations he has with me, I know he's having with them. So how do you, like, it just does not make no fucking sense. It really, it doesn't. I can't make sense of it.
Common sense
Like,
doesn't exist on YouTube.
It made me angry for a minute, but now, like, thinking of it, I'm like, who the fuck is the people believing this bullshit? Okay, so anyways, yes, Don sometimes feels weird about Tim Mullen. Okay, I'm saying it. Some people wondered. There you go. And here, as you hear me conversating with Don, you know, and I'll show all the texts. You guys are gonna see all those in the near days. Conversation from day one on. You'll see it. And here I am conversating with him about it. What do you mean? And listen again how he responds to feeling weird about Tim Mullen.
Then you can't be mad at me for feeling.
Tell him I said hey.
He can hear you.
He's one hell of a man.
He says, what's up? So, what did you mean by your text about Tim then? Were you feeling a little odd with him too then? You can't be mad at me for feeling weird when you feel weird sometimes.
Yeah, me and him have had some long conversations.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say I felt a little weird. I thought he was throwing you under the bus a little bit when you were in jail, but
No, I mean, he made sure that a lot of stuff happened when I was in jail that nobody else would.
Yeah.
But
Well, you're fine with him then? You're comfortable now with him?
well, we've had some very long talks over the past like a week.
I just want to, do you trust everyone in your world around you, like Tim Mullen, like?
No.
Hell no.
Well,
Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? Let me rewind for you, because that was a hell no. Not just a no, it was hell no. Oh shit, I went too far again.
Tommy, do you trust everyone in your world around you? Like Tim Mullen, like
Oh, no.
hell no.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I trust him, but I mean, anyways, yeah, we'll just go with that.
We'll just go with that. You
We'll just go with that. You think that sounds how's that what's that sound like his relationship with Tim? Because that wasn't just once, that was twice in a row, specifically me asking about Tim Mullen, and he had reservations. And then he just said, we'll just go with that. What the fuck does that mean?
we'll just go with that. You
Well, I can tell you one thing that I know, and it says in the Bible that no.
a fraud, and I tell people she's a fraud. No, don't worry.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, she said some nasty stuff, but she's kind of put everything. Yeah, she said some nasty stuff anywhere, but yeah.
Hold on.
I just want to. Do you trust everyone in your world around you? Like Tim Mullen, like
No.
hell no.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I could believe that too. I still think that there was a lot of abuse going on in the home, which is why everyone's covering for everyone. I think there was abuse in every which way, which is why all three of the other kids were taken. And Nana's where it differs in this case is the oldest boy has even said, like, they don't want to go back. So that says a lot in that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think there's other people for sure. Yeah. But listen to this. I won't pause it for a minute here.
yeah, I trust him, but I mean, anyways, yeah, we'll just go with that.
We'll just go with that. You can't talk right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that YouTube doesn't need to know, and people are nuts. I mean, everything that's happened to our house from all the damn psychics. Do you remember when you had Donna Safrina? What's her name? The Reverend Donna Safrina. Do you remember? I'll never forget.
Hey, I don't support her anymore, but yeah.
Oh, thank God.
I actually call her out for being a fraud. Yeah, she said some nasty stuff, but she's kind of put everything out there so that no matter what happens in the future, she'll get it right because she's throwing everything at the wall, you know. She's a fraud, and I tell people she's a fraud. No, don't worry.
Well, I can tell you one thing that I know, and it says in the Bible that nobody knows the future except God. Not even the angels in heaven, not Satan or his angels, nobody. Not even Satan. He's a master deceiver. He'll lie and say that he knows the future or whatever and this and that, but he don't. Only God alone is the only one that knows the future. And it says that in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. He's over there preaching, and Candace just told him to shut up. Shut up.
Just so you know.
No, I know that. I always tell people that. Only God will judge me.
Yeah, and only God knows the future or the beginning, the end from the beginning. Only one.
Mhm.
And the angels in heaven, they're equal to us. They're little above us, but they don't know any future events or anything unless God lets them know. But they don't know.
When this is all you talk about, Don, do you understand why people they get frustrated? Because we want to hear you talk as passionately about summer as you do your church.
Well, I would like to, and we have for over 2 years now. There's what more is there to say?
That's a bullshit they have for 2 years. Don's been reading his fortune cookies before he eats them.
Why keep the drama going? And then anything I say, they're like, "Oh my gosh, did you hear that?"
Well, that's true,
No,
but at
just
the same time,
every day, it's, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you say that? Blah blah blah.
yeah,
Oh my gosh,
I know how that goes.
no, it's not. But it's not. It's not necessarily. It's, yeah, I do love the church, and the reason is, and I'll tell you why, is because God has set this church up in the last days for our own good, so that we know things that people have never known since the beginning of the world. What we have the ability to know right now, if we just study a little bit.
And I get all that, but one day if summer is found one day and the internet lives forever and she's found and she looks back at this one day, do you think that she'll wonder like why do they always talk about the church? Like how come they're not talking more about me? What about me, Dad? What about me, Mom? Talk about me like you talk about the church.
We have talked about it. We have talked about it. We've cried. We've everything for over 2 years.
I feel like we haven't really gotten to see that side very much, if I'm being honest. And perhaps you do that in private, and that's your right. But
well, yeah, and the reason being is because we're not going. I mean, we could go on there and act like we're crying and
no, don't act. I mean, you have to be sincere.
We try not to be. We try not to be fake. Okay, yeah, I get that, but we're not gonna. We don't want to. You know, when you're in public.
Sorry, I gotta blow my nose 1 second. Okay.
You know, that's one thing, but when you're by yourself, you know.
And by the way, why would he say we could get on there and fake cry? Like, why would that even be a thought to have to do that? I don't know. That's fucking weird.
When you're in public, you don't let everybody know all your feelings. You pretty much keep it inside.
Yeah.
You know? So we're not going to sit there and in front of the whole world, you know.
But if Summer is not in private though, if she's with a kidnapper or kidnappers and she can hear, definitely kidnappers, if they have Summer, if I'm pretty sure they're going to listen to everything, right? Because we know how these kind of people work. They're going to want to make sure they're 10 steps ahead. So they're definitely listening. If Summer on the off chance could even hear your voice for 5 seconds, wouldn't you want her to hear you?
That's fine, Crimes. If you don't want to listen because I have slow mode on, that's on you. You can go ahead and just click off then. But slow mode is needed when it's going very quickly, and it's actually continuing to go very quickly where I'm on my phone and need it to go slower, and my mods also would appreciate it to go slower in case anyone's being disgusting. So if that means you don't want to listen or participate at all, so be it. Have a good evening.
Say like, Summer, I love you. Whoever has you, like, I hope they're treating you good. I hope they bring you back.
And haven't we done that time after time after time? Yeah, we have.
What did he say again? Do you want me to rewind it, Kelly? Give me 1 second. I'll just rewind it a minute. Not really a minute, but not sure what you missed.
Love you. Whoever has you, like, I hope they're treating you good. I hope they bring you back.
And haven't we done that time after
wouldn't you want her to hear you say, like, Summer, I love you, whoever has you, like, I hope they're treating you good, I hope that.
How's that, Kelly? Good? I'll give it a few seconds because I got slow mode on, but let me know if that's good or if you need it a little bit further. Hi, Hoot3. Hey, Teresa. Hi, everybody coming in. Zena, I see you, boo. Chris, good to see you. Kate. Candy Prim, Lake Superior, I see you too, boo. Good to see everyone. Hey, Clementine. That's good. All right, here we go. And I see you too, Dina. Hi, Priestess. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to get through it. Because there's a million more where this came from. All right, ready? Here we go.
Bring you back.
And haven't we done that time after time after time?
No.
Yeah, we have.
I suppose you have. I just feel like, you know, YouTubers, as much bad as there is, there's also good, because I think if it weren't for YouTubers, your daughter's name and face wouldn't still be alive, I feel like.
That's true, and it's because of the drama that it's such a big thing. You know, as bad as it is, that's the engine. That's the engine that keeps it going, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I guess. But we're paying a heavy price for it. Heavy price.
Yeah, and so are her brothers, too.
Yep. We're trying to do everything we can. We want them back desperately, but you know, the foster family, they get a check for each one of them.
Yeah.
I think both of those.
But they're at least all together. At least that's a positive thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's good that they're being taken care of,
Right.
but they're being groomed. Okay, I'm going to use the term groomed to you know, for their, you know, what
He knows that term well, huh?
they're doing. You know what they're doing. They're being taught that we don't care, we don't love them.
I know, they were putting stuff in my head too. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, that definitely does happen. But do you think it's at all possible that the kids, or maybe they were like you're saying, groomed to say that they want to be with the foster family right now? I know.
Well, they do want to be with the foster family because the way, you know, they probably live in town. They probably got all kinds of friends. They probably got girlfriends. You know, they have, you know, and I understand that. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
I was in the same position when I was younger. I wanted to be with my dad, and when I first moved in with my step family, man, everything was great, you know. But that all started changing real fast. Especially for my real sisters. It changed real fast.
Oh, you should now, Josh.
Yeah. You get along with your biological sisters pretty well, though, right?
Well, yeah. My youngest sister was hurt more than anybody. She was hurt worse than I was. It became like a war between them and us for my dad's affection, my dad's money, and all that. And my dad.
Yeah, there's like 11 minutes left of this one, and then I'll end this one for the night. So maybe Josh will do an after party. I don't know if enough people beg. Drop those red and yellow hearts are his colors, right? Drop red and yellow hearts in there, and maybe he will.
Would kind of go along with what my stepmother wanted, and what he would show that he loved her kids more than us and kind of
I'm sure you can find something in here to pick apart, Josh.
push us to the side, to show her that, you supported her children more than us kind of thing. Because he wanted her, to know that he loved her. I don't blame him for loving her, whatever, I get that. But we were kind of pushed to the side, and my little sister was hurt more deeply than anybody. She didn't get the attention, the affection. She didn't get help in school for any of her schoolwork or any of that. She dropped out. She got married at 13 years old.
Okay, and again, trigger warning, because he conversates to me about everything, including past victims and all of that. So, yeah, forgive me. And trigger warning. Yeah, not sure what's being said on this one. Forgive me.
Her husband, she's still with today to get out of the situation. And I dropped out of school at 14 and started my first job $2 an hour to support myself. Just to support myself.
Yeah.
And my stepsisters and them done everything they could.
Oh, boo! He said y'all are sweet, but still no show. You know what that means? Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, Josh, at the lab. That's you.
Because they could think of to terrorize and do everything they could to get me away from my dad, and they're still doing the same thing that they done then today, except for now they have a platform to do it online. It's been going on. It's the same thing that's been happening for years and years. For over 40 years now.
Hey, Reapers.
40 years. 45 years this has been going on, the same thing.
Jeez. They've been saying this stuff for that long?
Yep.
Dang.
There's that and everything else.
So the other people,
my youngest,
are they friends of theirs then, that you think they maybe are like paying people or promising people like YouTube platforms or something if they make up shit or something like that?
Feel better, Marty. Oh, you are crazy. Love you.
I have no idea.
I'm just wondering how many more people you think they'll have come forward.
I don't know.
Where's this guy? Hold on.
I don't know. There's that and everything else.
So the other people,
my youngest,
are they friends of theirs then, that you think they maybe are like paying people or promising people like YouTube platforms or something if they make up shit or something like that?
I have no idea.
I'm just wondering how many more people you think they'll have come forward.
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know, I don't care for all that stuff, whatever. I mean, I don't, but if I have to, I'll try to personally push charges on Mary's husband. If I have to go there and they keep pushing me, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Well, it's just Mary talking though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Wait, oh yeah, oh, you'll get Mary on a charge. Yeah, I guess for like defamation or something.
No, for conspiracy, and I forget how you say it, but she was part of my sister getting raped. She set it up. She helped set all that up.
What?
She was part of it. She let it happen.
To Jeannie, you mean? Mary did?
No, to my sister.
Oh, to your, oh, that's right, to your sister. Okay, so Mary knew that was going to happen.
She thought it was funny. She thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I still think it's funny and denies. And she said, last time I talked to her, she says, oh, but they were going together. I'm saying, you're telling me your husband was going out with an 11-year-old girl, all right? Okay, all right. And she just got all quiet and whatever. It's like, whatever. It's just freaking drama and bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if she wants to talk about all that, why don't she talk about that? Why don't she talk about the rape of my sister? You know.
You notice how his tone was the entire call, and then he starts talking about rape, and he all of a sudden is so excited.
Yeah.
Do you guys see that? Do you see the change in his tone and how he was just kind of just even tone, mellow, just kind of bored, done with this, even tone, and then now he's talking about rape and he's all like this and talking a lot faster and just all excited in his voice. That's a huge red flag right there and very disturbing.
Well, plus he cares more about that than he does about his daughter.
Yep, and that's what they're saying in chat. Mark just said if you can hear him, he's so much more into this and more excited about this and talking about his daughter. Absolutely insane.
Oh, there are other things. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about JR molesting my daughter? Why don't you want to talk about that?
Hi, Texas.
My dad kicked him out of the house because of that. He was never allowed to come back because of that.
Yeah, you were telling me.
He didn't call the cops. Yeah, he didn't call the cops. He didn't do that shit or go to YouTube or whatever, but he told him he could not come back to the house.
You say your dad was
my dad.
Stuff with your dad too?
I think my dad told me that Jeannie tried to sleep with my dad, and thank God he never did. She would have ruined him. She would have completely ruined him.
She would have ruined him. Thank God my dad didn't sleep with her. She would have ruined him. Okay. Now, again, I have this all on recordings. I have recorded phone calls being a third party, getting to listen in to Don and his father talking about this. Lucky me, I guess. Ugh. Yeah. Shit got fucking weird, you guys, let me tell you.
So Mary also told Chris McDonough and Josh, the lab, right?
Yeah. Try being on a conference call with his dad. Well, his dad doesn't know that he's being recorded by Don, and I'm recording Don, who's recording his dad. And we're all just sitting there listening to these two talk about minors sleeping with them and how it would ruin their reputations and why they wouldn't do that, and just nastiness. And by the way, I do not like Don's dad whatsoever. I think he is just as disturbing as Don, just from what I've witnessed. Okay. Yeah. No, off topic, but this reminds me of everybody praises Stephen Avery's mom and dad. They're such awesome parents and they defend their son and blah blah blah, and look at them, and they try to make them look like they know nothing and they're these angels of parents, and they are disgusting. They knew. The mom just didn't do anything because that's how it goes. The ladies just shut up and do, or they get beat. They're just honestly not that they're happy when another victim comes along. because the abuse goes off to them and onto someone else. But you guys know what I mean. It's that type of situation. And then you hear Steven's dad talk in this new documentary, and he is disgusting. Like, if people could go to jail for just words that come out of their mouth, he should be in a cell with his son. I actually believe he fully knew everything that happened to Teresa Hallback now, by the way. But anyways, that's totally different. But anyways, it reminds me of that, because what I witnessed of Don's dad was not a nice man. And Mary, I'm good to see you. I'm so sorry. Tonight's show may be triggering to you because I am replaying some stuff, and how he talks about you is not nice. So this, just to let you know, I'm done with it, and I think people should know. I'm also pretty upset at how you've been treated with your case. So, you know, I was like, fuck that. People need to see everything, because if he's not going to do no Utah time, people need to see, like, this man didn't only talk about that, but wanted serious harm on you. And that says a lot, a whole lot, from an innocent person and all, right?
That your dad told TBI that you told your dad.
And I did let people know, Mary, and I hope you're okay. I think I texted you the other day, but people do know now that I did go ahead and give recordings and stuff to detectives on your behalf. So
That Candace did something this summer, that your dad told TBI that.
That's true.
And I have zero problems testifying if I need to in Utah, saying the disgusting things that I have heard about Mary and Jeannie, and what he would want to do to them, things that he claims he's done to them, and all that. 100%. If you need me there, Mary, I'm there. Hopefully I could do it virtually, but yeah, I will absolutely help you.
That's what Mary said.
Everything that comes out of her mouth is a straight lie.
So you never told your dad that, right?
Hell no. Hell no. We had a beautiful, loving family until them sorry bastards. Well, before summer come, you know, everything was fine until summer come up, and then they started their shit.
And they said they didn't know summer existed. Did they know summer existed?
That was a liar. Yes, they did, because I called my dad one time, and I heard them in the background, and I was talking to one of them, I think Trish, and they said, "So you named your daughter Summer?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Well, we named one of our daughter Winter." So they got a daughter named Winter.
Right. I remember that.
Trish or one of Jeannie's daughters, I can't remember all her kids' names or whatever. She's got like 3 or 4 kids, all girls. I can't remember their names, but one of them named their daughter Winter. Why would you even do that? I mean, I don't know. It's like kids or cats. Whatever we do, it's like they're trying to. Believe me, man. They've been coming after us for years. Same old crap. All because they don't want me around my dad. They think I'm gonna get my dad's house and all this and that shit. Gosh, damn.
Well, they're worried about the wrong things right now.
Have a good night, Texas.
Well, what they don't understand is nobody's getting the house. I know who's getting it. I know who has control over it. And they're not getting it. I'm not getting it unless I can pay cash for it. I could sell this place or something, maybe. I don't know if I want to be in the same state with all them riches.
Just try and keep it focused on summer, because nobody's got you in trouble for that. That's all I can. But I'm gonna hop off here, but listen, I didn't mean to piss you off. I just wanted to show, because if you ask me, it gives hope that some.
Okay, so that's not the one with all of the states. And okay, but anyways, again, there's a bunch of more of these calls with a bunch of other stuff being said, but I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight. This kind of went a little bit more into more than what I was going to. I was just gonna talk shit, but I mean, there's not really much more I can even say. The people that are talking about me have no fucking room to be talking. They can continue showing off my fucking pictures all they want. Yes, I would do it again. Oh, except not the butt one. Hubby didn't like the butt one, but it was already a public picture on multiple other platforms, and it was already actually taken off my platforms and shared around this platform like 2 years ago as it is. So, yeah. I'm trying to think what all has been said. No, I wasn't snorting coke online for whatever stupid reason. I itched my nose with a fucking vape that has a weed vape thing. Why? I don't know, because my nose was itchy and the vape was there. Like, I don't know. I'm fucking weird, that's all. And for the people that want to believe that I decided to go on YouTube, go onto the camera and do some drugs, well then I don't know. There's nothing I can say that's gonna change their mind, to be quite honest. They can say what they want, so it is what it is. I don't know. What else? Anything? If anyone has a question about me, they can certainly come to me and ask me. Um, Maybe I'll just do a whole live of Ask Share, and you can just ask me whatever you want about me, because you know what? It gets too much to even. I don't even know. Like, I was gonna cover it all today, but it's so much, and it's honestly just shit. And I get all my anxiety worked up, and then I get on here. I'm like, you know what? It's just bullshit anyway. Well, maybe I'll do a live like that one afternoon, and you guys can just bring the shit to me, and I will answer you, because I'm really an open book, and I don't hide anything. If I did coke, I'd tell people I did coke. And once upon a time, I did do coke, and I didn't like coke. It was gross. It made me sick, and it was nasty, and it just wasn't my thing. Ecstasy was my thing, if you want the truth. Now they'll take that and clip it and run with it. So with that, I'll end it. Thanks y'all for being here. Thank you, Sonia, for being a member for 21 months, and also for the super sticker. Thank you, Candy, for the super sticker. Nada, thank you for the $5 super chat as well. There's a members live set up for Monday. I'm doing a live and then a members live directly after, because some things I will share with members, before I put them public. And to the people on Patreon, I have been trying to put a post on there for 2 days, and it's not letting me from my phone, so I've got to learn how to do it from the computer. I am learning that platform. Please bear with me, but there will be exclusives over there that I won't put on YouTube as well. I'll be dropping stuff on my TikTok. I'm putting shit everywhere, because the people that truly like actually care will go to all of the platforms and find it. And then I'm just making extra work for my haters to have to go and follow everything and give me more views and more follows on all of my platforms. Yay! That's how a real one thinks. But thanks, y'all. Have a good night. Maybe someone's live for like an after party type thing. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.